In this week's video, guys, we'll be doing our first subscriber requested company. It's one that I haven't heard of before, but I was happy to look into and make a video on. And if you haven't heard of them before, don't worry, because I'm sure you're not alone, because I didn't know of them before, so I'm right there with you. But today we'll be looking at some of their background information. What do they do? What is their business model? What do they look like on a chart? Some future forecasts, and wrap it up with a statement on whether or not I think Bigcommerce is a buy in my eyes. Obviously not you, because you should see a financial advisor, just like I should see a financial advisor, but I'm not gonna. So just make your own decision, I guess. I don't know. Use your own discretion, maybe. If any of that sounds interesting to you, let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, or if you're new here, my name is Sean Lucas, and I usually make videos on companies that are in the news, or coming out with new products, or ones that are generally on my radar, or I guess now, ones that have been requested by a subscriber. So I also have a series on my channel where I've been trading a paperclip up throughout the weeks and seeing where it will take me. Currently, I have a new item, and I'm pretty pumped about it, and I'm just trying to figure out how to make a video on it. I want it to be good, obviously, so that's going to take some time. It will probably be early next week. Hopefully this video comes out on Sunday. Who knows? Just know it's coming, guys, because it's going to be good. Also, before jumping into anything serious on this company right now, I just want to acknowledge you guys again. We just reached another milestone on my channel for reaching 300 subscribers. And it feels like just yesterday I had just made a video thanking, for 200 subscribers. But thanks to how well my Rocket Mortgage video did, it brought in a lot more people, and I'm very thankful for all 300 and I think 7 of you now. So from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you. And if you know me and you guys know my story a little bit, you know that I only had a goal of 100 subscribers in the whole year of 2020. So getting 300 is a big deal for me, and it's, not overwhelming, but sort of in that range. I don't have a correct word for that right now, but I'm just super excited and grateful, to be honest. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's really get into it. Starting it off, Bigcommerce was founded back in 2009 by Australians Eddie something another, I don't know how to say his last name, and Mitchell Harper. Now, something that I found surprising and interesting was that at the end of their Series A funding, they had raised over $15 million. And this is substantially higher than I'm previously aware of. I don't know if it's normal, but I thought it was higher than things that I've seen in the past. The funding came in from General Catalyst Partners, and other than that, there's really not that much documented history on this company. Yeah. However, they recently did just go public in July of 2020, raising about $216 million. It's a lot of money. So now moving on to more of what they do. Now, in the most simple form, they do or they are an e-commerce company, and apparently one of the most popular ones too. Before this, I was only aware of sites like Shopify and Squarespace. So BIGC is a company and a site that allows its customers and its users to build their own companies and sites through their main BIGC site. So Bigcommerce is a company, or I guess a site, that allows its users to create their own companies and or their own sites using the main Bigcommerce site. Kind of like a website inception, a site inside a site. Now, something that I thought was actually really cool and a little bit different from things that I've previously known. I'm not experts on Shopify or Squarespace, but something that I found that may not be available for those other two options is that Bigcommerce allows the user or the customer or whoever's building the next site to actually go into the skeleton of the coding, and they can actually start to mess with the HTML and CSS. Those are two things that I really don't know. I don't know anything about coding, if you haven't figured that out. So anybody that knows anything more about that kind of situation, just let me know in the comment section below. Now, something that I found that I didn't like about Bigcommerce is the fact that if you build your company and your sites throughout Bigcommerce, and then Bigcommerce ends up going bankrupt, you're actually going to have to move everything onto another host company. And I don't know if that's as simple as a couple clicks, or as you really have to start from scratch. So That is a downside. Now, moving on to their business model and how they price their different packages. Bigcommerce is a paid-for hosted e-commerce solution that allows business owners to set up an online store and sell their products online. It's a software as a service, or SaaS product, which means they don't own your software, but you pay a monthly fee to use it. And their pricing is sort of like this. Now currently they have 4 big plans that increase in value and obviously dollar amount, which allows you to unlock different features going up the ranks. And really it comes down to this: the Bigcommerce Standard, which is $29.95 per month, the Bigcommerce Plus, which is $79.99 per month, the Bigcommerce Pro, which is $299.95 per month, and Bigcommerce Enterprise, which the pricing varies depending on your business requirements. Not really sure what that means. Now moving on to one of my favorite parts when making these videos is looking at the company on a chart. So right off the bat, we're gonna switch this chart from a 1 year, 1 day chart to a 90-day, 4-hour chart. And that is gonna be intraday, let's say 90 days and a 4-hour chart. Okay, boom. There we have it. This is the time frame I like to use on newer stocks. It helps give a better image and us a better idea of what's happening right now with this stock, especially since it's so new. For this whole section, it's going to be more technical analysis, which if you are unfamiliar with, just means that I'm looking at what the chart says and coming up with my own ideas and theories on what the stock will do or looks like it might do in the future. This, of course, is highly speculative, so again, consult a financial advisor before investing. So now that we have this 90-day, 4-hour chart open and ready to go, let's really get into it. The low for the time frame of this whole stock is 63.77 and the high is 162.5, right? And the price right now is at 89.57. And today is Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Thursday, October 1st. And the price control is right around 84. I can't really get a good idea on it here. Let's zoom in a bit. 85. We'll say it's 85. And let me pause right here and explain what this red line means. So basically, in my TOS, which is Thinkorswim, the platform I'm using right now, it allows you to set up different indicators and different functions to help you decide what how to go about investing or trading in a sense. And this red line right here is what I like to call the price control. And it's a indicator that basically sums up the volume throughout the whole lifespan or whatever, time frame you're looking at on a chart. So a 4-hour 90-day chart. In the 4-hour 90-day chart, the price control is going to be 85. And as of right now, we are sitting at, let's say, 4% higher than the price control. And another cool thing is that we're currently sitting at the largest volume shelf, which we'll get into that right now. Obviously, you have the volume down here on the horizontal axis, and that shows you the volume for that day of, the amount of buying and selling. You can see this big candle right here. There's a big volume, two big volumes right here for the buying day and the selling day, right? However, if you look on the side here, I said this volume shelf. And these are also, it shows the same thing, but on the vertical axis. That shows you at which price point is the most bought and sold area. It's kind of like the price control, but just a tad different. However, what my old mentors used to say is that it's tougher to break the big volume shelves because there's so many people here that have positions at this level right here. So if it ever came back to this point, right? So if somebody said support, people who have a position right here don't want us to see it go lower. So they're going to support this area. It's all speculative. Like I said, over here, there wasn't a lot of people, it spiked up. There was a lot of people. You can see there's a little shelf right here. However, it's not big. So it cut through it immediately. And you can see this volume pocket right here. What happened in those volume pockets? Well, there's huge spikes and huge gains and huge losses during those times because there's not a lot of people that have bought in right there. Now, it's just a theory. It's something I like to look at, of course, but just keep in mind that's something that I look at. And if you guys want, I can make a video on how to set it up in your TOS. Just let me know in the comment section below. So to me, if I was going to be buying BIGC stock, I would definitely like to buy it closer to the price control, right? Definitely at the biggest volume shelf. Buying here, you got potential to go up, and you got a strong case that people will support it. Obviously, anything can happen, so please use your own discretion. So now looking at a couple other indicators, you can see this MACD right here, this MACD indicator. It's starting to trend up with a bunch of green bars or green volume bars, whatever you want to call them. I really don't have a name for them, and I really don't care. But you can see that, it is trending up, and that correlates with what is happening on the actual chart. And this is all reactive. I know a lot of people like to look at the MACD and like they predict what's going to happen based on the MACD, but the MACD in the RSI is reactive to what actually happens. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Also with the RSI, it's at the top range right here. So you could kind of put a case on it that's saying that it might be getting towards the end of overextended, meaning that you might see a fall in price here pretty soon. But I wouldn't expect a huge fall compared to how big this went over, or how much rather went over the top range. So that's always good to see, and it's good to correlate other indicators to help you make a decision on what's going to happen. So to wrap it up here, I definitely like the area it's at right now. I would hope for it to fall closer to the price control before adding a position. And from the looks at from the RSI, that might happen. But after that happens, I really couldn't tell you where the stock can go in a couple of years. So let's see what our friend Google has to say. So just for fun, I went to our friend Google and typed in these simple words: future projections of BIGC stock. And just as a constant for my videos, I've been using Wallet Investor to see what they predict or what they forecast this company's stock price is going to be in 1 year and 5 years. And I will say, for the first time ever, and I think this is the third time using Wallet Investor in one of these videos, think that their predictions is realistic for the first time. Their 1 year forecast for BIGC stock is $91 per share. Okay, reasonable when we're sitting at 89 right now. And the 5 year forecast is $111 per share. That's not much growth throughout 5 years, but it's definitely, realistic. However, I think this is realistic because of the stock hitting 162 or 165 or whatever it was previously. So if it can hit it before, earlier, I think there's a stronger case that it could increase to the 100 range once more. But let's look at our other constant, money from CNN. Money from CNN, they do a 1 year forecast with 3 different prices. You got the high, the low, and the median. And let's just say the high for the next 12 months would be 132, and the low would be $53 per share, and their median is right around $97 per share. So that is going to be it for the future projections of BIGC stock. Now let's move into, is it a buy in my eyes? Guys, now we're at the point of the video where I get to tell you whether or not I think BIGC or Bigcommerce is a buy in my eyes. Obviously not yours, because you should see a financial advisor. I don't know why you're listening to me, but you are, and I appreciate you. But anytime I hear of a company like Shopify or Squarespace, I always think of those cheesy teenage guru millionaires that have a course on how to make $1 million in a month by drop shipping, and they sell their course on drop shipping. And there was a boom in that category for the majority of time that I was in college. And in the case of this stock, I think it boomed for the same reason. Now, just talking about the game of drop shipping, a lot of people know about drop shipping now, especially customers. So I think that game is definitely harder to play. Not impossible, but definitely harder, right? But all that means that the initial hype of drop shipping sites and sites in general from these companies, these parent companies, host companies, if you will, is kind of over. And of course, like the theme that I've been preaching in a lot of my videos with people moving to online and companies moving to online, there's tons of people around the globe that are making things right now that will need to be sold online. So there's obviously going to be a market for this. And I think these companies will be around for a while, right? And I've even heard of people making a website for them as a replacement for their own resume. So, there's a hint, kids. If you want to stand out from the crowd, go ahead and make yourself a site rather than a resume, like a paper resume. I have a paper resume. I don't know if I like it, so I might end up making a site. But I can't stop thinking about the initial boom of the industry, and the stock has already passed on. I do think the customer size will keep on growing the more and more kids and grow up and have access to the internet, and adults too. in the fact that more and more things are moving online, so you never know where the world is going to take you. I mean, tons of, like I said with the whole resume thing, tons of kids are going to be making sites for various different reasons. But do I think there will be another explosion like the drop shipping, course making, whole I don't even know what to call it, party? But I do think BigCommerce and Shopify will keep growing throughout the years in customer size and in stock price. From my perspective, I see it growing from anywhere from the median range of CNN, the money from CNN, to in the range of where the stock price is right now. Do I think it's at a great place to buy just in case something happens? Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely at a good spot. I don't know if it's the best spot. I think buying at 65 and selling at 162 is an even better spot. But me personally, I'm not going to be taking a position in BIGC, and that's that. Well, everybody, that is going to be it for me on this one. I really enjoyed making my first subscriber requested company video. It was a lot of fun, and I didn't even know anything about this company beforehand, so I really got to learn some new things, and that's what, you know, this channel is all about, is teaching and learning and showing you guys some things that I look at, and obviously now you guys are showing me things that I didn't even know of before, so this is pretty awesome. Again, I also do want to say thank you to 300 subscribers again. That just blows my mind every time I think about it. And I especially want to thank the subscribers that have made it to this part of the video. I'm not going to name you guys off. You know exactly who you are. And be sure to check out the Paperclip Trade-Up series. I'm pretty sure I will have an episode coming out this coming week. I really need to put the pieces together, literally, not figuratively. And I have a plan set out over here, so that video should be coming along pretty quickly. And I'm telling you guys, it's a good one. It surprised myself. So until next time, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.
Why are you sitting here watching this video? Why aren't you out getting mentors?